Zion Williamson, you see the accusation that has been leveled against him. A former girl that he was involved with is saying that he raped and assaulted her. I believe it was 2020. I spoke about it a little bit early on the show. Listen, I don't know what the hell has happened. I don't know what's going on. I wasn't an eyewitness. I know I can't speak to it. I just think that the times that we're living in, when somebody can make an accusation, I find myself saying to the guilty, I hope they throw your ass under the jail. To those who are innocent and being lied upon, it's sad because the presumption of guilt in this day and age, advent of social media and beyond, is going to be attached to you. What are your thoughts about that? As a legal mind, as a journalist as well, what are your thoughts about that?
Well, first of all, I look at a situation like this, and again, you said it. We're just finding out about this. We don't know all the details, but the moment I looked at it, I think it's important to say, first of all, it's a civil case. This is not a criminal case. This is someone filing a complaint, making an allegation. I think the first thing I look at in these situations, and Stephen A., we see them more and more these days, was this a consensual relationship that in some way didn't go the way one party or another planned? Or was this a situation where there were elements of assault? And to me, it goes like this. The first thing, and you mentioned it, because the times we live in, I wouldn't be surprised to see an NBA investigation into this. They're going to follow what's happening. And in some ways,
No
that's going to
question.
follow Zion no matter how it plays out. The second thing, though, and I think the more pressing thing for him is this legal process. I think there is a playbook we've seen sometimes with folks who say when these accusations come, they're false, they're baseless. I understand that. That's essentially what Zion Williamson's people are saying. But I think what's going to be really important for him is to make sure that in this case, that if it's completely false and completely baseless, then he's going to need to make sure he is saying that specifically and not just saying this person is lying. I think what we've learned more and more nowadays is conduct that people have when one person thinks it's one thing, somebody else thinks it's something else. It can be used in these kinds of cases to be real assault, to be real litigation, to have
Right.
real civil consequences. So I don't know what happened between Zion and this particular person, but I think the consequences here could be very big based on what happened in that relationship. And I think it's very important for
Wow.
Zion Williamson and his people to come out and not just do the thing of, hey, this person is false. I know there might be nuances here, but
Mhm.
also to understand that we live in a society now where people who make these accusations, we need to be looking at these carefully. And we need to be making sure that his conduct in some ways, if it did cross a line, he needs to be addressing that. He needs to be addressing that and
Yeah.
not simply be dismissing someone if something crossed the line.
Ryan Smith, legal analyst extraordinaire for ABC News, as well as a Sports Center host for ESPN. My buddy, I appreciate your contribution to the show. As always, my man, take care of yourself and have a wonderful weekend. I would like to say we'll be talking a little bit down the road, but it's going to be real sooner than that because I'm
Yeah,
covering
man.
the finals. You know
Keep
how
me
it
on
is.
speed dial,
See you
man.
soon.
I'm ready.